Let us begin this Panchama Veda by uttering this wonderful mantra. Tavu kathamritam tapta jivanam kabibhiritam kalmashapaham sravana mangalam sri madatatam bhuvi grinantiye bhurida janaha. And last time we were reading from that particular portion where Sri Ramakrishna was talking the instruction to Vaishanavas and Brahmas. So he was having a conversation with Master Masha and other direct disciples. There is a big difference, he said, between a scholar and a holy man. We have already discussed in our last class. Why? Because one believes and practices what he says. The another one only says, maybe that he is not believing, not practicing. So whatever he is telling, just a bookish knowledge. From the book he has read and he is telling, there's a great difference. So whatever we say, that must be our practice. Then only it is possible in the spiritual life. A scholar says one thing and does another. Sri Ramakrishna observed and is very keenly observed that this type of people, they say something but they do not do. The words and action of a man who has given his mind to the lotus feet of God are altogether different. Because it is at the center, there's a God is there. So when we are talking about the spirituality, these are very, very important things that we must remember. Whatever we say, that we must practice. Otherwise, it is very difficult to make progress in the spiritual life. Sri Ramakrishna, by that way, he is giving the instruction. And we also know that the Satya, whatever that is truth, that must be stick to, and that we discussed. Now, he is giving a description. When he went to Benares, he met a monk. So, he is giving the description. In Benares, I saw a young sannyasi who belonged to the sect of Nanak Panthi. So, the sect of Nanak. He was the same age as you. So, Sri Ramakrishna was telling to the Master Mahasaya, as you. He used to refer to me as the loving monk. His sect has a monastery in Benares. I was invited there one day. I found that the Mahant was like a housewife. The Mahant means the in charge. Maha antakarana yasyasya mahantya. They say, antakarana, whose heart is feeling, is great. So he is a Mahant. In Bengali, the people, they usually call each other with a respectfully Mahashaya. Maha-ashaya. Ashaya means where the God is residing. So Mahashaya, that means within the heart, the God is residing, is a great person. So like that, Mahanta. This Mahanta, he was just like a very kind-hearted person. And I asked him, Sri Ramakrishna asked him, and usually that is the traditional way to talk to the Swamis in the Uttarakhand, in Benares, in the northern India. Marg bataiye, in Hindi they say, what is the way? Please tell us the way. Way means how to realize God. Sri Ramakrishna is asking him, what is the way? Then he replied, Fadda Kali Yuga, the path of devotion as enjoined by Narada. This man is telling that the path enjoined by the Narada. There are many different type of devotion, and that description is already there in the Bhakti. It says, Pujadishu raga iti parasharya. We have already discussed in our previous classes. When the puja, the performance of doing the worship, and Parasharya says that is devotion. If you can, with a devoted mind, you can perform this, the arati and the puja and all, that is called the devotion. Garga, another rishi, he said, Kathadishu iti Garga. But if you are taking the name of God, describing about Him, reading about Him, that is the devotion. Atmarati virodhena iti shandilya. Atma priti, then Atma rati. If you are having great love for your own self, then Shandilya, he gives this definition of bhakti. But Narada says in a different way, completely different. He says, Tad arpita akhila acharata tad vishmarane parama bhakulata iti. Tad means that God or the Brahman, arpita akhila acharata, to dedicate all work, whatever we do, at the feet of God, and then when there is a bhakulata, the pang that you feel, when you forget the God even for a second, that person or that particular action is called true devotion according to Narada. And this Swami said, so this time in the Kali Yuga, in the modern age, present days, that one should try to practice the Narada Bhakti. Again, the Narada Bhakti is whatever work that we do, we should offer it at the feet of the God, and we should say that whatever responsibility you have given to me, I have performed. Now the result of the work is yours. I don't want, I want your blessings only. This is one. And secondly, constantly taking the name of God and living in the company of God. The moment you forget, we should feel a pang, because He is the one whom we love so much. How can I forget Him? So that is the idea. And Sri Ramakrishna said, he was reading a book. When the reading was over, he recited, Vishnu is in water, Vishnu is on land, Vishnu is on the mountain top, the whole world is pervaded by Vishnu. And at the end he said, peace, 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 abiding peace. Sri Ramakrishna's observation, he was not acquainted with this type of thing. Now, in the modern age, even in Bengal, we find this type of practices, Shanti, 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 etc. And this type of discussion on Bhakti, on Jnana, etc. But Sri Ramakrishna, the days in the Sri Ramakrishna, it was not that much. Even the brother of Swami Vivekananda, he has mentioned in one place that even books were not available. The Gita, the Bhagavat and the Chandi, it is so difficult to get a copy of the book. Only the Sunday we were discussing the life of the Abhidananda ji. He found a copy of Bhagavad Gita. He wanted to read that. So how much he had to do only to read the Bhagavad Gita. So copies were not available. Only the Bible were in plenty. Swami Vivekananda's brother, he has kept an account of those days, how people used to behave, what was the society. There's a unique, very, very wonderful way we can understand that society. Here Sri Ramakrishna went, he observed, and he is telling that this way in the ashrama they were doing. And Master Mahashaya, are not sadhus of this class follows the Vedanta? The Master Mahashaya, he has read the Veda, so he was asking, have they not practiced or read the Upanishad or the Vedanta? Then the Sri Ramakrishna, yes, they are, but they also accept the path of devotion. The fact is that in the Kali Yuga, one cannot wholly follow the path laid down in the Vedas. There are two things. In the Veda we find Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda. The knowledge portion, it is so difficult. Even in the Bhagavad Gita, which it is said that the Gita is the condensed form of Vedanta. Bhagavad Gita is the condensed form of Vedanta. There also we find that the Krishna, he is telling that it is so difficult to follow the path of knowledge, path of jnana. Why? Constantly discriminating. And there are every moment there is that possibility, then one will say something and will not practice that. When you say the Jagat is not there, the world is not there, it is only appearance. But at the same time, when I am hungry, I am behaving totally different way. When I want to do something, I am behaving totally different way. When I see somebody is doing good, better than me, I may feel jealous. Because some people are clapping for him, I am feeling jealous. So obviously these are all false things. I say that Jagat is not there, then why should he behave like that? So when we are practicing the path of knowledge, at the same time we cannot practice that properly, regularly, every moment in our life, our energy that we are putting over there are fleeting away. We cannot proceed. So one should be careful. That is why Sri Ramakrishna again and again so careful to tell this. Not that that path is not good. It is, of course it is, but we talk about Vedanta. We like to read about Vedanta. And when we discuss about Vedanta, it is so wonderful because it is intellectual thing. But at the same time, in practice, it is so hard, so difficult, because you have to completely eradicate the ego. All desires should go away. But here, we can give that desire, the same desire, we can turn towards God. That is the simplest but easiest way. We need not to eradicate the desires. We need not to completely eradicate the ego. But as Sri Ramakrishna said in different places, that you can turn it towards God. I love God. I am the son of God, daughter of God. We are the children of God. That is the ego. So why not? At this, again, I want God and I must do it. That I is there. But at the same time, that is taking me, and all the energy that I am putting over there is properly utilized to realize the God. So Sri Ramakrishna, Kali Yuga, one cannot wholly follow the path of down in the Veda. So this is the jnana. Karma, you have to perform yajna. And in the performance of that yajna, you have to organize so many things, which is almost impossible. Then you have to be very, very perfect in pronouncing the mantras. That's also so difficult. Last year, when Swami Ishatmananda came, he was teaching you the homa, how to organize the homa, and also the puja. Many of you have attended that retreat in the Ganges. Have you seen when he wanted is there the something, the ingredients that is supposed to be given to offer, and our devotees, they say, oh no, it is not available. It was there in that ashrama, we forgot to bring. Okay, with a flower, he said. And so, in exchange, I offer a flower, I offer that. Here also you have seen, we don't get the billow leaf. Where you will get the billow leaf? Then you have to bring it again from Florida. That is so difficult, so problematic. So we offer the petals, the flower petals, in exchange of billow leaves. So this is the way, and we expect that we will get the result from the yajna. How it is possible? There are so many wonderful ways you have to measure everything before arranging the woods, before lighting the fire, position of sitting, and all that. So he said Veda. He is just simply, Sri Ramakrishna said Veda, it doesn't mean, actually these two, the karma and jnana, are really very difficult, very difficult. Once a man said to me that he would perform the Purascharana of the Gayatri. Now, the Gayatri is a long mantra, and that says that we should be totally free from ignorance. That's a prayer, a long prayer, a wonderful prayer, Gayatri. Om Bhu Bhuvasya, etc., etc. is a long way. Now, Sri Ramakrishna said, I said, why don't you do that according to Tantra? In the Kali Yuga, the discipline of Tantra is very efficacious. The discipline of Tantra is very efficacious. Sri Ramakrishna himself had practiced Tantra. And in the Tantra, of course, there are so many varieties are there, but Sri Ramakrishna introduced a most easiest thing. And if we follow that, it will be so easy. This month, I think 21st, 22nd, 23rd, these are the 3 days we will have. I am trying to make it with the help of the pictures projected on the screen. I want to show the devotees who will be attending there how the yantras, so many varieties of yantras, how the yantras are used, what are the way they go. So this is the Tantra. At least a brief idea about Tantra will come. That will be if we are going over there. So this Tantra, Sri Ramakrishna says, what is the Tantra performing? What is the performances? That he will say again and again. Here he says Purascharan. What is the Purascharan? Purascharan means, now many people they do Purascharan in the Navaratri. It has already started. And the 9 nights, the whole night they will go on taking the name of Lord. And they say, we will start in the first day, we will start 1000, second day 2000, third day 3000, and the 9th day 9000, and the completion 10,000 japa we will do. Some people start with 10,000, then they will increase. So like this is called Purascharana. What happens after Purascharana? And they control the food and all, and slowly, slowly, body and mind become tuned with the idea. And naturally, other thoughts, worldly thoughts, are not supposed to come. So they are constantly, every moment, going on taking the name of God, and that we call Purascharana. Sri Ramakrishna is advising, why not in the Tantra? And that is very efficacious. It is extremely difficult to perform the rites enjoined in the Vedas. At the present time, people lead the life of slaves. And here, the life of slaves means, we know that time the India was under the subjugation of the Britishers. And whatever the Britishers said, all Indians, because we were the subject, so we had to accept that. We have to say, yes, sir, Whatever you say, that is correct. And slowly, that has gone into our psychology, and we have become hypocrite. We know that we don't like this, what that Sahib, that British person, the gentleman, he is asking us to do or saying something. We are not accepting that, but at the same time, outwardly we say, yes, sir. By that way, we are losing all our originality. And that is called Das Sulabh Manasikata. Swami Vivekananda, in one place, he said, hey, O India, do you think by having this type of slavish mentality, you will rule the whole world? This slavish mentality also comes along with not only hypocrisy, but also jealousy. If anybody is doing something good, immediately we are jealous. Maybe that I won't be able to perform that. Maybe he is singing well and people are appreciating that. I am not a singer, I cannot compete with that. Still it is burning. No, why not? My daughter could sing, or something, or some wrong we will find in that. And that is called slavish mentality. With that, it is impossible to practice the Jnana Yoga. So, Sri Ramakrishna, he said that it is not possible. It is extremely difficult to perform the rites enjoined in the Vedas. At present time, people lead the life of slaves. And once a Vedantic monk came here. Now he is giving a description how he is living, his practice. He used to dance at the sight of a cloud. He would go into an ecstasy of joy over rainstorm. He would get very angry if anyone went near him when he meditated. One day I came to him while he was meditating, and at that made him very cross. He discriminated constantly. Brahman alone is real and the world is illusory. Since the appearance of diversity is due to Maya, he walked about with a prism from a chandelier and in his hand. One sees different colors through the prism. In reality, there is no such thing as color. Likewise, nothing exists in reality except Brahman. Sri Ramakrishna, why he is giving this description? Because if someone wants to practice only the path of jnana, so this is the way that person used to do. He never mixed with anyone. He never talked to anyone. And at the same time, 24 hours discriminating to remind him constantly. He used to use that prism in his hand, and he is seeing different type of light, but he knew all these things are wrong. Outside, the thing that I see originally is not of that color. Because that is coming through the prism, I see this color just like the Maya. So he was discriminating. But there is an appearance of the manifold because of Maya egoism. He would not look at the object more than once. Lest he should be deluded by Maya and attachment. He would discriminate while taking his bath. At the sight of the birds flying in the sky, he knew grammar. He stayed here for 3 days. One day he heard the sound of a flute near the embankment and said that a man who had realized Brahman would go into samadhi at such sound. Sri Ramakrishna almost elaborating the daily life of a jnani, practicing jnani. He is practicing the path of knowledge. And that is so difficult. If we are thinking that we are following the path of knowledge, only path of knowledge and nothing else, then this is the way we have to follow. So that Sri Ramakrishna, while talking about the monk, the master showed his devotees the manners and the movements of a Paramahamsa. Immediately he is going beyond this. As a Paramahamsa. Who is this Paramahamsa? The gait of a child, the face beaming with laughter, eyes swimming in joy. Then he again took his seat. So he was showing in this way because Paramahamsa is above all this. You may know that Ramakrishna mission, the sannyasa, are Paramahamsa sannyasis, whereas the life should be completely free, no bondage, but at the same time living with each and every one in the society. So that's master, he is telling. Master to him. I learned Vedanta from my guru, and he used to call, because he used to wear in a traditional way only the kaupina, so he used to call Nanta. The Brahman alone is real, the world is illusory. That's all. Brahma Satya Jagad Mithya. Shankaracharya also said that I can tell you in a half a sentence, not in even the complete, that whatever all these thousands and millions of scripture has said, Brahma Satya Jagan Mithya. And he said, I learnt it from my guru, and that's all. I know this whole thing that I see is nothing but mithya. What is that mithya? Temporary. What is that mithya? Whatever I see, that is not true. So the bichara goes in that way, and by that what happened? I don't get attached to these things, attached to the world. If I say a good building, immediately, oh, this is a very good building, if I could have that. But it is temporary. Someday the building won't be there. And when I see something else, I always try to grab that. Temporary. But for the sake of the society, for the betterment of the people, if we are doing something totally unattached, it's totally different thing. It seems that the whole of life is a long sleep. Master Mahashaya, he is then giving his own knowledge. Immediately, Sri Ramakrishna said, there is another way of looking at it. We do not see the sky rightly. It looks as if the sky were touching the ground at the horizon. How can a man see correctly? His mind is delirious, like the mind of a typhoid patient. So constantly we see with our own eyes, but we see something wrong. How it is possible? Because sometimes when you look at a person and I feel, oh, that is the man, I know him, so I call at that man. Then he turns, I look at him, oh no, he is not that. Sorry, sir, I made a mistake. Constantly we do like that. Why? With something we hear, then we make a mistake. Smell, mistake. And this way, almost all the Panchendriyas giving us the wrong perception, and this world is also like that. About the Akasha, that Nyaya Darshan, they have given a definition of the Akasha. It says, Shabda Gunamaya Akasha. What is Akasha? What is space? Shabda Gunamaya. Having the quality to carry the sound. And what is the sound? It needs two things to create a sound. And only that won't do. You need a space. So that space is called Akasha. Just giving the example, definition only. Continuing, the master said, truly it is the state of delirium. Just see how worldly men quarrel among themselves. Then the master Mahashaya said, I said to Kishori, Kishori another devotee, what a relief one feels when this pillowcase of the body drops off. Immediately, Sri Ramakrishna, he is telling, Master Moshe, I had that tendency constantly. I should leave this world, or I should die. Because of this body I am suffering. Constantly he used to think in this way, but luckily he got a good teacher, very good teacher, Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna immediately correcting him, he said that why should you say such things? This world may be framework of illusion, but it is also said that the mansion of mirth. Let the body remain. One can also turn this world into a mansion of mirth. That is positive way if we see. If we say it in the negative way, it is constantly the suffering. But when you see in the positive way, when you see the people, they are finding out the subtlest thing, discovering, they are sending the rocket, so many things they are doing, and naturally one can feel proud as a member of the human society that we can do it. So that is the power. That power is within me. And with the same power, if I am trying to realize God, I can realize God. Why not? When a little portion I just concentrated on some subject, I have become the master in that. And the subtle and subtlest thing we can discover, we can find out, we can calculate, we can understand. The tremendous potentiality is there within the human being. That positive thing, why not? Only when that thing goes, that the same force goes, the energy goes to the body level, only for the enjoyment of the body, and that too creating problem for others, cheating others, murdering, killing others, then it is bad. But the same thing when it goes out, and the whole world, they were really feeling so bad when a picture of a little boy was published. He wanted to come away from a difficult place to a safety place with his parents. The parents could make it, but he couldn't, unfortunately. So the dead body of a little boy, it was lying on the shore. The picture was that went viral all over the world. And all of them, people, the moment they see it, they feel so bad. Some people are feeling so good, happy, that they can kill others. At the cost of what? They also don't know. There are many other ways they can solve the problem. But why to create problem for the ordinary people who only want to live? So different type of mentality. If you positive way, if you think, then the whole world is full of joy. A potentiality is there, power is there. That to turn towards the eternity and you get the eternal life, that is the way Sri Ramakrishna is teaching us. Never see anything as a negative way. Oh, if this body goes away, then there is no problem. Then I need not to go for job, I need not earn money, I need not to suffer. So, do you think that is the end of this? Only one body goes, another body will come, the same thing will continue. So that's why he is correcting the aim. Why should you say such thing? Since there is no unbroken, then the aim, he is not giving up. His argument is this way, yes, but where is the unbroken bliss in this world? He is asking Sri Ramakrishna, where is the unbroken bliss? Sri Ramakrishna, yes, where is it? He is telling, he is asking again. And then he took him to the Kali temple and he sat over there, bowed down, prayed, asked him to do the same thing. Then he continued, But aim won't give up. He is continuing. Since there is no unbroken happiness in the world, why should one assume a body at all? So we can understand what was going on in his mind. I know that the body is meant only to reap the results of the past action. But who knows what sort of action it is performing now? The unfortunate part is that we are being crushed. Sri Ramakrishna, if a pea falls into the filth, it grows into pea plant. Nonetheless, you need not to bother about that. Wherever maybe you have taken birth, whatever may be the family or the society. But if you have done good work in the past, the result will come to you. But still there are 8 bonds. Immediately the master said, there are not the 8 bonds, but 8 fetters. The fetters means obviously a loosely tightening. What are those 8 fetters? First is aversion, grina, shame, lajja, fear, bhaya, doubt, shanka, disgust, jugupsha, kula, family, then race, jati, and behavior due to the culture, the shila. The shila is the culture. So, grina, lajja, bhaya, shanka, jugupsha, kula, jati, shila. These are the 8, they say, ashtapasha in Sanskrit. That means the 8 fetters. That is binding the human soul. How? Because the moment we are having the aversion, the grina is the negative way, and the reaction that will come, the result that will come, the same. So these 8, Sri Ramakrishna is telling that why should you think about all this? There are 8 fetters, but what if they are? These fetters fall off in a moment by the grace of God. You need not to bother about, oh, acha, I have this aversion. From now onwards, I will go on showing the love, affection to others. No grina, no aversion to anyone. I will practice. How many times you will do that? It is not possible. Individually, if you are thinking that you will eradicate that wrong thing from the life, that is not possible. But if you try to realize God, all this will automatically go. All these fetters, that nooses, that is binding us, not allowing us to realize God, if by the grace of God, by the grace of Guru, if we go beyond this, how? Just with the prayer to God. So Sri Ramakrishna, and that is the reason this gospel is so beneficial for a spiritual follower. Those who really want to develop, so this is the book. But what if these fetters fall off in a moment by the grace of God? Do you know what it is like? Then again, he is giving the example so that one can remember. Suppose a room has been kept dark 1,000 years. The moment a man bring a light into it, darkness vanishes, not little by little. The wonderful way is the example. I have not done anything. I never visited God, never visited the temple. That doesn't matter anything. The moment I resolve that from today I am going to be a holy person and I devote my all mind and soul to God, immediately it will go. The moment I realize the existence of God, all these bondages, darkness will go. Not little by little, in a moment it will go. And example we have seen in our society, in our books. We Well, can you tell me why Keshav Sen has changed so much lately? He is asking about the Keshav. He used to come very often. He learned here how to bow low before a holy man. One day I told him that one should not salute a holy man as he said doing. He had been doing. Harish says rightly, all the checks must be approved here, only then will they be cashed in the bank. The Sri Ramakrishna indirectly giving the hint about himself, Master Moshe, he is constantly having the doubts. The Sri Ramakrishna is removing his doubt. You have come to a place you did not to bother about all these things. Only listen and follow what I say. So then he is laughing. Master Moshe listened to these words breathlessly. He began to realize that Satchidananda, in the form of the Guru, passes the check. Then Sri Ramakrishna, do not reason. Who can ever know God? I have heard it from Nangta once for all, that this whole universe is only a fragment of Brahman. Hasra is given to too much calculation. He says, this much of God has become the universe and this much is the balance. The Hasra Moshe, he says, this portion, in the Bhagavad Gita also, Sri Krishna said that you cannot fathom me. So I am this, in the 10th chapter, 11th chapter, he goes on giving, and so many the spiritual power that he was having. Then he said, Ekangshena sthito yagat, Eka angshena, only in a little part, the whole universe that is there. How can you fathom me? How can you understand me? And there, in the Chandi also, you will find the Brahma Stuti. He said, the me, the Brahma, the Ishana, that is Shiva, and also the Vishnu. Vishnu Sharira Grahanam. Aham Ishana Evacha. Vishnu got that body, he became Vishnu because of you, O Divine Mother. Aham, the Brahma, the Creator, I too. Ishana Evacha, even the Shiva, all the three has come from you. You have created us. How can we understand you? The same way, in the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna said, you won't be able to understand me, and don't bother about that. And to make it clear, he said, Ekang Shena Sthito Yagat. Only in a small part of my power, the whole universe is sustaining. And Hasra Mahashaya, he is calculating how much part of the God has been used for this world, this universe, how much is still left, etc., etc. Sri Ramakrishna, he is mentioning so that we should not make any mistake by misutilizing our energy only for calculation. Hasra is giving to too much of calculation. My head aches at his calculations. I know that, I know nothing. That is the wonderful. I know nothing. Sometimes I think of God as good and sometimes as bad. What can I know of him? It is true, sir. Can anyone ever know God? Then the Sri Ramakrishna said, who can ever know God? I don't even try. I only call on him as Mother. Now this Sri Ramakrishna said, the God realization is the goal of every human being. You must have to realize God. In the Upanishad we find, Ihached abedit ata satyamasti. Nachid iha abedit mahati vinasti. If you do not realize God, realize the truth, realize the Brahman, here itself in this life, oh, is a great destruction. Because mahati vinasti. But you must have to realize, then what we are going to realize? Why then Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning over here, who can ever know God? I don't even try. I only call on him as mother. Let mother do whatever she likes. I shall know her if it is her will, but I shall be happy to remain ignorant if she wills otherwise. My nature is that of a kitten. It only cries mew mew. The rest it leaves to its mother. The mother cat put the kitten sometimes in the kitchen and sometimes on the master's bed. The young child wants only his mother. He doesn't know how wealthy his mother is, and he doesn't even want to know. He knows only, I have a mother, why should I worry? The complete faith. Suddenly Sri Ramakrishna caught Aim's attention and said, touching his own chest, well, there must be something here, isn't that so? This is a very personal thing. Aim is a disciple and Sri Ramakrishna is the God himself. Now, in the form of human being, a very ordinary human being, not like a great orator as the Keshav, not like a great, the Jnani like Shankaracharya, a very, very ordinary person, but he is God. Sometimes the faith is coming, sometimes again the doubt. So Sri Ramakrishna, we will find in these pages, many times Aim is doubting and so kind of his guru that God himself is rectifying, correcting him. Suddenly Sri Ramakrishna caught Aim's attention and he said, well, there must be something here. Isn't that so? Aim looked wonderingly at the master. He said to himself, does the mother herself dwell in master's heart? He said to himself, now, is it the divine mother who has assumed this human body for the welfare of humanity? So, Aim, he is asking to himself, he is thinking. Now look at the life of the Girish Chandra Ghosh. He was a drunkard outwardly. He was a different type of person. And people never liked him because of his rough type of behavior. But this Girish Ghosh, he had a tremendous faith on Sri Ramakrishna. And in Shampukur, when the Master Sri Ramakrishna was slowly withdrawing himself, and he was sick, they took him to Calcutta. First there is a place called Shampukur, they hired a house, and not that Sri Ramakrishna was having very rich type of devotees, few of them, they were giving some money, and others they were coming and helping. Though our Narendra's father, his parents, or the Baburam, or the others, they were rich people, but they never helped. They never liked that the boys should go to him. Only those who were very nearby, only few, so they were helping. They hired a house. Sri Ramakrishna was there. The incident you must have read. Those who were regular follower of Sri Ramakrishna's biography, there Sri Ramakrishna said, I want to do the Kali Puja. So these are the things you must procure. Keep it ready. And the time came. It was the night time. And the moment the puja was supposed to begin, there was no image. There was no photo. But Sri Ramakrishna in deep samadhi. Then how to ask him? The devotees who were sitting near him, many of them, including the Ramdatta, he was also a great devotee, a long associate with Sri Ramakrishna, man like him. Then suddenly Girish Ghosh came. Ramdatta requested him, Girish, can you please ask the master when to start the Kali Puja? The auspicious time is passing out. What to do? There is no image, there is no picture. How to perform the Kali? What was the answer of the Girish Ghosh? He said, what you are? You are fools. Can't you see Kali sitting over here before us? And he took some flowers and said, Jai Ma, Jai Ma. He offered those flowers at the feet of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna went into more deep samadhi. And he was the Kali. When he passed away, Ma Saradamani Devi cried, not as the husband, Mother Kali, why you have left me? O Mother Kali. So he was the master, he is showing it to the Sri Ma. And O Mother, O embodiment of Om. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, O Mother, O embodiment of Om, Mother, how many things people say about thee, but I don't understand any of them. I don't know anything. Mother, I have taken refuge at thy feet. I have sought protection in thee. O Mother, I pray only that I may have pure love for thee. Thy lotus feet, love that seeks no return. And Mother, do not delude me with thy world beswitching Maya. I seek thy protection. I have taken refuge in thee. The evening worship in the temple was over. Sri Ramakrishna was again seated in his room with Master Mahashaya. And the next discussion will be very interesting. So we stop over here. Let us offer this pranam mantra and conclude. Niranjanam Nityam Anantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhrita Vigraham Vai Ishavattaram Parameshamidyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namama. Om Shanti.